When a man gets to a certain age, a letter comes through the door. It's time to go to the doctor for a checkup. And with websites, it's a similar deal. Occasionally, we need to have a quick checkup to make sure that our optimization for conversions is working properly. So here are a few tips to keep your website the picture of health. Calls to action. What do you want your users to do on each page of your website? Do you have a clear idea of the most important call to action for your company? For example, do you want users to subscribe to a mailing list, request a quote, or perhaps just call your team? It's key that you can identify your primary call to action. But is everyone in your company agreed on the most important call to action? Does the sales team want the same as customer services or the marketing team? Possibly not. So sit down with your team, list out the most important calls to action for them and prioritize them. These become your secondary calls to action when you apply them to the website. So here is our checkup checklist. Number 1, identify your primary call to action. Number 2, make it persistent across your website. Think about sticking it to the top of the screen or the bottom of the screen. Number 3, list out those secondary calls to action and have a strategy for placing those on your pages. And number 4, consider personalization. If you have different calls to action for different users, use personalization to swap them where appropriate. Next, we will look at what is, for most websites, the ultimate step in conversion: data capture through an online form. Forms are a bit like a digital thermometer, a key indicator of the health of a website. We track page views against form submissions to see how well our website converts. But forms can also hinder the conversion of a website. We know that forms that are too long, with too many fields, don't convert as well. So keep a light touch, make your forms simple for a mobile user to complete, and then apply the same learnings to the desktop experience. You should also make a list of all the forms on your website to make sure you don't have too many doing a similar job. This is confusing to the user, but also makes it harder for you to get a clear picture of how well your website is converting. So here is our checkup checklist. Number 1, make your forms quick and easy to complete. Number 2, to assist in this, think mobile first. Number 3, make a list of all of your forms and consolidate those that are similar. Finally, you should test what works best for you. A/B testing, or multivariate testing, is the approach whereby you deliver one version of your call to action or form to one group of users and another version of your call to action or form to another group of users. Then you can see which version converts best. The beauty of this approach is that it takes out the guesswork. Let the data decide what works best. So there you go, checkup complete. I look forward to our next appointment.